Alright, I wanted to talk some transfer rumors that I've been seeing on, the Grok AI website, okay? The first one that's that I have the most to say is Jeremy Frimpong to Liverpool. Now, it sounds like the talks between the clubs are pretty well progressed at this point, and it's looking like a 70% chance that Frimpong ends up as a Liverpool player. Since he's Dutch, obviously the pull both from Virgil van Dijk and Arne Slot probably pretty big. I don't necessarily believe that Jeremy Frimpong fits that Liverpool team. Now, what I mean by that is that at Leverkusen, Jeremy Frimpong was one of the best wingbacks in the world. Now, I say wingback because he was extremely attacking in the role that he was playing, and he doesn't have that much defensive responsibility in that team. He has a little bit. He does come back on defense, don't get me wrong, but his primary role is an attacking one. Now, the Liverpool fullback situation, yes, very much attacking, but I would say nowhere near the level of what Leverkusen was doing. So in that sense, I don't think it's the best fit. I think Frimpong and somebody like Dumfries play a very similar role. I don't necessarily think Dumfries would be the best fit at Liverpool either. I think he is a great player, fantastic player, don't get me wrong. Does he have the ability to make that kind of subtle switch to be a little bit more defensive minded? I have no doubt. I think he can do it. And I also think Arne Slot is a good enough manager to where if he has to change the system, he can. I think if they decide to go with a back three instead of a back four, I think Liverpool definitely can do that, especially with Mo Salah getting up in age. Maybe he starts drifting more central. That would be very interesting. I would be very much there to see that. In terms of a good player, I think Frimpong fits the bill. In terms of a good fit, I'm not necessarily as convinced. I think he can get the job done at Liverpool for sure, and I think it will end up being a good signing, but I wouldn't get my expectations up too high, you know what I'm saying? The other one that I saw was Gyökeres to Arsenal. Obviously, Arsenal need a striker like it's going out of style, and it's not going out of style anytime soon because they need goals, and they need goals badly. Gyökeres definitely gives them goals, and I think it's a better signing than somebody like a Sesko, where Sesko is kind of like a developmental striker. You're in with him for the long term. I think he's only 21, 22 years old. And somebody like Gyökeres, I don't remember how old he is, but I think he's not necessarily young. I think he's like 28 to 30, that range. Because I'm pretty sure he's had a stint in the Premier League before. I believe it was Brighton. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure he's played in the Premier League before. He has experience. And I think that would be a better signing for Arsenal if that's going to happen. That one looks not as likely as the Frimpong one, maybe like a 50% chance. Obviously, his production at Sporting was unreal. I think he was 38 goals so far. It could even be more. I think it's 38 goals so far this season, which is just a crazy number. That might be I think that's the most goals by a striker in Europe, in terms of like the top leagues. I think so anyway. I could be wrong. I'll double check that. But obviously it gives Arsenal another weapon, which they desperately need. I still think they need a winger. I still think they need a midfielder. They've been linked to Zubamendi and also Nico Williams. I believe they're both at Bilbao, actually, which was interesting. But but I believe that Arsenal are linked with both of them. So if they end up signing Nico Williams and Zubamendi and Gyökeres all in the same transfer window, I mean, that tells you they mean business, right? Like, gotta be. And all of the pressure then would definitely be on Arteta. If he doesn't get it done next season with those signings, I think he's definitely in the hot seat. And then another one, quick one, Jonathan Tah. It's, from what I've seen, it looked like it was Barcelona, and now it seems like it's Bayern. So I don't really know where Jonathan Tah will end up. It looks almost certain that he will be leaving Leverkusen. But as of where he was going to go, that is the question. I would hope Barcelona. I think that would be a fantastic fit. I mean, Bayern as well would be a great fit. Either one. I think he's a phenomenal player. But then again, like I said with Frimpong, he is used to playing in a back three, whereas Barca and Bayern, I don't think really play in a back three. Maybe they switch sometimes, but in terms of starting out, they usually play back four from what I remember. So he's definitely good enough to transition though to a back four, and for a center back to transition from a back three to a back four is a lot easier than a full back doing it. So I definitely have faith in him to do that. So yeah, we'll be there.